You have hit the first car hurdle. You are standing in the dealership as fluorescent hell, or scrolling through private ads that might as well be written in cursed runes, or staring at loan forms so dense they could summon a demon. And somewhere in the back of your mind, there is a voice whispering, "There has got to be a spell for this." There is, but the lenders do not want you to know about it. Today, we are talking about your private necromancer, broker. Not some dusty middleman in a cheap suit, but your guide through the underworld of finance. The one who has already mastered the dark arts of lender rules so you do not have to. Because here is the truth. The biggest shortcut in first car finance is not some hidden loan or a magic credit score. It is knowledge as your spellbook. And a broker? They are the wizard who has already memorized the incantations, so you do not have to chant them alone in the dark. But first, let us dispel the myths. Because misinformation spells have been spreading for years. Most people think brokers are just middlemen. Some outdated relic, like a witch doctor selling snake oil. Maybe you have heard they are unnecessary, or expensive, or only for the rich with pristine credit scrolls. But that idea is outdated, dangerous, and exactly what they want you to believe. Here is why. The banks and finance companies feast on your confusion. They love when you are stumbling through the lender's graveyard alone, flying to one crypt at a time, hoping something, anything, will rise from the dead and approve you. Because every time you get rejected, it drains your credit score like a vampire. Every time you settle for a cursed deal, you lose. Every time you walk away because it is all too much, they have successfully banished you from the game. But a broker? A broker is your personal necromancer. They do not work for the lenders. They work for you. And that changes everything, as long as you choose wisely. Let us break down what a broker actually does. Because it is a lot more than just filling out forms in blood, and how the arcane economics really work. First, they know the lender-esque grimoire, not just the big banks, those ancient, slow-moving beasts, but the hidden credit unions, the niche lenders, the ones who actually work with first-time buyers, casual workers, apprentices, students, and people with limited credit history. They know which lenders will raise the debt for your application, and which ones will slam the coffin shut. And they know how to rewrite your financial story so you look like the strongest candidate possible, even if your credit history is more skeleton than saint. Second, they compare spells across the entire arcane network of lenders they deal with. Instead of you applying to one lender at a time, getting rejected, trying again, getting rejected again. Take your one application and match it with the lenders who fit your situation. That means no more credit score sacrifices for multiple rejections. That means no more wasting time on lenders, who were never going to resurrect your loan in the first place. Third, they speak the language of the underworld. Ever tried reading a loan contract? It is like trying to decode a spellbook written in Enochian. A broker translates all that jargon into plain English. They tell you what the fine print actually curses you with. They tell you what questions to ask to avoid the hexes. They tell you when to walk away before you sign your soul away. But here is where we get real. Because even necromancers have rules. Yes, a broker's services are free for you to use at first, because the lenders pay them a commission after they have secured you a loan. But here is the catch. Some brokers do charge an origination fee, one-time cost for their work. But, and this is critical, you'll have to disclose this up front. Before you agree to anything, they will give you a credit guide and a quote, spelling out exactly what you will pay, which can save you money in the reality you live in. And they cannot charge you without your permission. That is not just good practice, that is the law, enforced by ASIC, the archangel watching over Australia's financial underworld. If a broker tries to hide a fees or pressure you, they are breaking the rules. You should walk away immediately. And before they even start working for you, they will ask for your permission to access your credit file. This is not some shady ritual. They need your consent to pull your credit history and act on your behalf. No permission, no spell casting. It is your right, and it is non-negotiable. So how does this actually work in practice? First, you will have a chat with your necromancer. They will ask about your financial situation, your income, your expenses, your goals. Then, they will run a free eligibility reading. No cost, no obligation. This tells you what you qualify for, what you need to work on, and what your next steps are. No credit score damage. No guessing, just clarity. If you decide to move forward, they will give you a quote, concluding, any fees they charge. This is where you decide. Do the benefits outweigh the cost? If yes, you give them the go-ahead. If no, you walk away. No harm, no foul. You are in control. And here is the best part. Once you agree, they do the heavy ritual work for you. They negotiate with the lenders. They handle the paperwork. And make sure you are getting the best deal possible. Because if they do not, they lose their reputation. And in this game, reputation is everything. But, and this is important, not all necromancers are created equal.